Here we go!
We're feeling very gay because it's almost time to play. Grab your favorite chair with the Lucky Pierres. Yeah!
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Lucky Pierre's Movie Reviews. Tonight we're going to review a movie that just released on demand and in select cities, and it's called Censor. Yeah, so Censor, we just watched it this week. In short, it's about a woman who's a censor for horror films and, you know, disturbing films. She cuts out the really bad stuff, and saves the public from seeing the worst stuff possible.
But it's funny to me, like some of this, like because they go through her selection process and like she takes notes on what to delete, and she's like, the eye gouge, it's got to go.
Yeah.
And they're like, why? And she's like, it's too real. He's like, but what about the decapitation? She's like, nah, it looks ridiculous.
Looks
Keep
silly.
it. Eye gouge too real. It's got to get cut. And then like it zooms in on her notes at one point. It's like the suffering of this woman has to be cut in half at least, if not more.
Yeah, it zoomed in on the very beginning on her notepad, and it just says a bunch of funny different
Eye
stuff.
gouge.
Yeah, genitals are an issue.
Yeah.
Or what's it say? Severed genitals are an issue. That was good. Yeah, really cool opening montage sequence. I thought that was pretty neat, huh? Just really well made.
Cool concept for a movie. Like
It
it's
is.
unique. You don't
Yeah, it's very.
get a look into that like job ever, like in a movie.
You
Which
don't-
I
would
felt,
never think.
I felt was like a deliberate decision, like to get like maybe people will at least give it a shot that wouldn't otherwise because of that.
Yeah, just how original it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, it's just like a sneak peek, and it's something that the public and normal people just don't think about.
Yeah,
I look at it as like anytime there's something in a movie that I haven't seen before, like I wouldn't think of, then I'm impressed. Like because we've seen so many movies with
Yeah.
so many different things.
Well, and I
it's
think
original. So
it was
Anything that's
smart.
original off the bat is a plus. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So
smart to like have it dated in the past because what she's like censoring is VHS tapes, so it's obviously not like present day when she's censoring things.
no, it was during the video nasty era. I looked that up. That was in Britain
it's in Britain, like,
in the 1980s,
which is-
early 1980s. Yeah, but yeah, it's just an interesting life for someone, you know, like to see all that terrible imagery, and then you have to go home and just live a normal life.
She
it's
loved
got to
it.
get to you.
She loved it.
Yeah, she did. She did, and what I found pretty interesting is that she really was prideful about her job. She's a couple
meticulous.
a couple things she said was like she took it very serious. She was like, I'm saving the people. I'm like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? She took that like very she in a way she's right.
yeah, it is kind of a big deal.
I like that. That's pretty cool, you know. Yeah, but she does crossword puzzles to like tune out, and like, you know, you hear the TV in the background, like it's weird, like that juxtaposition, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watching just the most gnarly stuff and then doing a crossword puzzle.
A big part of the movie too is that her past is. I don't know if you got to that, but
Like a horror movie.
like how she lost her sister in the woods and she has a crazy past, and like one of those movies brings up that past. So
Yeah.
she thinks she sees her sister.
That was an interesting scene, wasn't it? The freaking when they're in the theater and she's watching that scene, right? Yeah, and then like you see it shakes her up a little bit
Yeah.
because it's so close to home.
Well, she's definitely damaged mentally from.
Oh, for
Her
her
past,
past,
so-
yeah, and the guilt
yeah,
that her
but-
parents give her.
Right.
And then not
Yeah,
to,
her parents blame. She
not
has
to give too much away, but that like it starts off just her censoring things, and it's like normal, her day to day, and then once she sees what reminds her of her sister and her past, that's where it kind of diverts into
a different
like
direction.
a thriller horror movie.
Yeah, becomes there's a new mission. You kind of, but one of the lines she does say is in particular is "I do it to protect people."
Yeah.
I like that line. That's cool. It's honorable and like it's honorable and it's like an underappreciated position that we don't think about.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not protecting us because we could handle anything. But
Yeah,
some
That's what I was
people
gonna say.
see that stuff and they're super squeamish, so they would be.
it gets in your brain and it
Yeah.
sticks there. You know, it might affect your life. You know, but yeah, she's like the middleman kind of from the people that create the content
Well,
to
and
the
the stuff
public.
she was censoring was like extreme horror movies. It
Extreme,
wasn't like
yeah.
just normal, typical stuff.
Very, very. What's the word?
Niche.
Niche and like over the top horror.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like. But yeah, that we didn't get into that video nasty era. That was a little era in Britain in the early 1980s where they like all these horrible movies, this like showing graphic killing and bloody gore and
Well, it
stuff.
was
Were like
They got
said
real popular.
real
It
popular.
was
and then-
comparable to like the direct to video boom here.
yeah,
Like when a bunch of horror movies, like they were like, oh, we can make money skipping the theater and get like a cult following. So it's like that over there. It was
but there's
like
more. This has more like taboo though. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
but I'm just saying, like it's if you want to relate to it, like
Yeah.
over here it was like the direct to DVD or direct to VHS horror movies here that like have a huge cult following now. It's like similar to that over there.
That's
but,
true,
Like it
yeah.
was more jarring, shocking stuff over there, not just normal.
That you have to ask people for to get it from behind the counter.
Right.
You know, that was a pretty.
Right.
That was a funny scene,
Guy
wasn't
tries
it?
to hide it.
Yeah.
Well, that was because it was outlawed at that point. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
it was banned, and he was trying to hide it in there.
And he was selling stuff, renting stuff out like off the grid, off the you know.
But then I was gonna say sometimes British and Irish accents like fit and help like a movie, and sometimes like I feel like it hinders it. But in this instance, I felt like it was perfect.
I felt the exact
Which-
same way.
But obviously, it took place there. But like sometimes it can be almost a distraction.
I
it
felt
was
the same way. Yeah, it fit like they did the time period and the everything perfectly. I thought.
Yeah.
They really nailed that. You know. But you could tell she's satisfied with her job, but like she's numb to that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
She's very numb to all the excessive gore and violence that she watches on a daily basis. But yeah, like you said, she can't escape her past, can she? She's
She's
just
always thinking about her sister and wondering what happened to her and if she's alive or dead. Or
Yep.
And she sees her in some of the movies she watches,
'cause
and it
they
triggers
never-
her. So
triggers her.
They don't go into great detail with what happened. They basically tell you like her and her sister were in the woods. One of them disappeared. She's there, and her parents just have one missing child. And all when you find out is her parents basically are like, we want to say she's legally dead,
so we can stop
so
thinking
that we
about
can,
her being
so
alive.
that we can get over it.
Yeah, her parents moved on, not necessarily moved on, but more so than her. She can't really
And
escape.
then that's what sets off like the shift. The whole
Well, her
shift.
parents weren't there, and she wasn't clear on what happened to her parents. So they're just like, well, she's must be dead. Like
yeah.
either you killed her or lost her or someone killed her. Or we don't know, but we're not gonna dwell on it anymore. So
Yeah. They got to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then she just doesn't get and then she's not comfortable in her workplace because there's a murder, and they say that she's one of the causes of the movie getting out, that the
Right.
murder was blamed on. So, you know, she feels uncomfortable in the workplace because her coworkers are. She said saying she talked to the press and stuff. Yeah, that's when we meet Doug, who's a sleazy producer. That guy
Which also
is
sidebar, when she like visits his home briefly, he has a room in his house is dedicated to the rape scene in a horror movie.
That might have just been where they shot it though, because they didn't have
Which-
much money.
yeah.
Exactly what I was gonna say is like she recognizes a room in his house because they filmed a brutal rape in it.
Yeah.
That's
Like
that's
she just
not
goes,
good.
she's like, hey, that's the bedroom from rape scene, blah blah blah, and like this movie
Yeah.
at like 32 minutes 16 seconds or whatever, and it's like, so his house is a shrine to a rape room.
Fitting because the guy comes off as very rapey.
Very creepy.
You know,
yeah,
what I mean?
he's very
He's
much
just
so.
a sleazy creep. You know what I mean? And that's why she takes care of him though. Let's just say that.
Well, he creeped on her at like her work, and then she showed up at his house. So he obviously thought she was wanting to do something.
yeah,
So he got the wrong impression right out of the gate. So.
100%.
and that's during the break point. Like that's after the shift
Yeah,
in
she's starting
tone
to snap
happens
a little bit. So
So
she what?
she's starting to snap
that's
a
when
little
the
bit
shift in
mentally.
That's
tone.
true, yeah.
Like right before that is when the shift starts. So yeah, it turns into like a thriller.
So I don't know if you guys know her name, the actress. Do you know her name?
No, but
real
she
name
was
or
in
in the
she
movie?
was in Raised by Wolves.
Yeah, I'm
she's
a big fan of her.
she's
She's
a
only
great-
been in a couple things, but
she's really good.
Yeah.
She's a very good actress. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. You know who she looks like is Rachel Nichols. You guys familiar with her?
ESPN.
No, wait.
She works for ESPN.
Are you sure?
Rachel Nichols is ESPN. It might be a different one.
No, actress Rachel Nichols.
Okay. Yeah, I
The,
don't know
the
her
chick
then.
in P2. You guys ever seen P2? That one
Yeah.
in the parking structure? It looks just like, I thought that was her.
Yeah.
But that was a little side note. But yeah, she smokes that guy. Guy had it coming, right?
I feel like we weren't supposed to give stuff like that away.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Some movies
Because
are.
I've been holding my tongue the whole time on stuff like that.
I'm sorry. Some movies are very precious, and I don't want to spoil something that's like super, really, really good.
I'm gonna get real heated. For so many reasons. Jesus
Go on.
Christ. No.
Go on.
It's
Go
just
on.
unbelievable that when you spoil stuff, it's totally fine. But if we were to do it,
Look at-
God forbid.
Because remember, and we had a text conversation that I
You just
said
called Pig precious.
that I said.
Hey, I love that movie, and we're not
Jesus.
spoiling
I
that
said
for anybody.
I disliked in the movie that. So am I allowed to say how she ices him? Since you just brought it up,
Yeah, say it.
he has like a horror award that's like a Grammy award, but for horror movies.
Jesus.
And they like just get into it because he's like trying to grope her, and she pushes him away, and he falls, and that goes through the back of his head out his mouth.
Yeah, and he's just
And I
swirling
said-
up blood.
They were arguing with me via text about something else, and I said, well, then I'm going to say that my least favorite part of the movie is that statue impaled him through the head, and that he wasn't anally raped with the trophy and killed that way.
Yeah.
Because that would have been more fitting, because he was a rapey prick.
The violence in this movie, not in the movie she watches, but the violence it causes is insane. Like it's wild. Like
What do you mean it causes?
the violence in the actual movie, not in the movie she watches, is just like gnarly. Like, it's well done.
You mean you
in
mean
the movie Censor, not
yeah.
in the movie she
I
watches.
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it is good, isn't it? Yeah.
Practical and just violent.
Very violent. Yeah, and very like realistic.
Yeah, very grisly.
You know what I'm saying? But let's see what else we got here. You know what? I got a good line here. You'd be surprised what the human brain can edit out when it can't handle the truth. And I thought that was so fitting for the movie.
Well, it does because it relates to that killer
That
too.
better not be.
Yeah.
That better not be your favorite line, because I thought that part was coming up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just ruined my favorite line too. But yeah, it relates to the killer, and because that killer in the movie says he can't remember. You know, like they're called the amnesiac killer.
Right.
So
And it relates to her story.
it does. Yeah, there are.
Oh, everything ties in.
Yeah. It's really good writing.
So do you just want to hit all of our favorite scenes or favorite lines now, since you just said
There's a
yours?
few more things I want to get through.
I just wanted to say there was a super effective jump scare in the movie. that
Oh, there is.
Made me jump like out of my pants pretty much.
It got me too. I got that in my notes. It got me.
When the mom turns around and screams, man, killed me. Nearly had a heart attack.
Yeah, because they boosted that volume
Yeah.
like 10 decibels
Yeah.
at that moment. So, but yeah, her work is creeping in on her mind, and she's just starting to lose it, and her personal issues are all compounding, and that's when she starts to lose her mind, and she visits the set of the movie where she thinks her missing sister is working on, and
They think she's one of the actresses.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, you're late," and they get her in costume, and then are like, "The director wants you in the woods."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a series of bad events that happen, leading to the horrible things.
leading to the end. Yep.
Which then that's when my favorite line hits.
What's that?
That the director, when he's trying to motivate her, he says, "People think that I create the horror, but the horror is already out there. It's in all of us, and it's in you."
That's a good line.
And he says that to her, and she's like, no, it's not. It's in you. It's your fault." And she's like freaking out for no reason.
Yep.
Turns into Nick Nolte apparently.
She did do a good Nolte impersonation.
That is a
She's
great
like,
line.
"It's
Damage.
your fault. It's your fault."
You know what else was good in this movie? I thought stood out was the lighting in the
That's what I was gonna
forest
say,
and stuff
like,
like that. Even in the shop in the town, the lighting
That
was
was
very
good.
on.
You're hitting all the points that I thought we were supposed to get to later.
I'm sorry. We'll get
my
it-
favorite aspect
Yeah.
was
We'll,
how,
we'll get to him. We'll get to him in just a moment. We'll get.
but you just brought it up.
Wait, Ben said it, so it's okay.
I just meant
Go
like the whole, like the settings and the backgrounds throughout the whole movie, especially even just when they're in the room, like reviewing the movies, like it's super understated but stylish at the same time. Like you can tell exactly what they're going for, and they don't overdo it. And even when they do overdo it, like in the woods when it was all lit up red, it was super stylish and well done.
It was.
and like it was very effective.
Had a
Like,
purpose.
at
Yeah.
all times. Like the lighting and then the backgrounds were very effective and got like their point across.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah. I like the theater scene. That was cool
Yeah,
looking.
like, and then-
when she's watching the one that reminds her of her sister, that was pretty cool looking.
Like
wasn't
yeah,
it?
like because they review the movies in like a mini theater, but it's usually just 2 or 3 people sitting there like taking their notes about censoring the movies.
Yeah. It's just like it puts a weird like feeling in you. You know what I mean? It's not something you see often. You know, it's just an intimate look at censors. You know, cool. But
I guess atmosphere would be what we're alluding to.
yeah, that's a word. Yeah.
You're skirting around the proper word.
Yeah, but then like lines between like films and reality starts to get blurred and stuff. You know what I mean? And that's when she starts losing her mind. And you know, it was really cool near the end. The editing was so cool near the end. I don't think
I
I've
was
ever.
going to say my positive moment.
Was
It doesn't
it?
matter though. Just steal everyone's stuff. It's
Sorry,
cool.
we'll get
No,
to it
it's
right now. We're gonna,
Yeah,
no.
Go ahead. Like, we'll say what you were going to say about how it's your favorite part.
We'll
and
just
it-
get to the faves right now. We'll just do it. But I'll just say this one last thing. Very clever, well made, fully like realized. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
fully developed idea.
yeah, the person that made it, wrote it, and made it like knew what they wanted, and I think they executed that pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, and all right, so we'll get to this. We'll get to the favorite aspect of this film. What was your favorite aspect?
I feel like you and I just discussed ours. So, Joe, go ahead.
I was just going to say when she's finally like snapped, how the editing, how it glitches in and out of like reality.
Yeah,
And
like
it
it's-
kind of.
It's like starts off with like a subtle snow almost.
Yeah.
And then like cuts
the
back
film
and forth
glitches
between
and-
what's actually happening in her
Right.
head, and then you can't tell.
You see like her perfect reality, her perfect in
what
her
she
mind.
sees,
Yeah.
and then what we see is
It's you see it for like a split second, the actual reality.
Yeah.
And it's like someone screaming, and you know,
Right.
it's really well done. It's really cool.
very well done. Yeah, Shaw, your favorite aspect was
the whole like stylish atmosphere and backgrounds and setting.
that was great. Yeah, I would say the editing or just the concept alone was just very very interesting.
Which I've seen
Very-
multiple people have compared it to like Barbarian Sound Studio.
I still have not seen
Which
that. It's
I
on
feel
my watch
like
list.
it is updated, and I know people will crucify me for this, much better executed
Then Barbarian.
than Barbarian Sound Studio. But that is because I feel like more people will gravitate to and appreciate this than Barbarian Sound Studio, because that's a very, like, didn't you say you had a college professor that wanted you guys to watch that?
You should watch it.
It's
Yeah.
like a niche,
it's
like
a more subtle version of this.
it's like a niche, like
Which probably
film
why they'll
school movie.
probably show that because it's not as violent, and they can probably show it and get away with it better.
It's more, I think, about the sound. I think, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very overstimulating.
Yeah. All right. So least favorite aspect.
Okay, well, at the end, there's a shot which I understand. This started a whole argument through text that lasted way too long. At the end, there's a shot where a VHS pops out of like the VCRs that they have in the rooms to review the movies, and it has like the Censor logo on a VHS tape. And I said that honestly, it was a very good artistic choice and a cool way to end the movie. However, the only thing I don't like is that even alludes to the minuscule like idea that
Notion
some of
that-
that
yeah.
might not have happened. Like
Yeah.
it might have been a movie she was reviewing the whole time, which I'm not saying that's the case, but just that being there at the
Just
end
like gonna be taken
alludes
that way.
to it.
Yeah.
Which I honestly think maybe that's the point, maybe not, but it could have been avoided if the credits started rolling and then that tape part happened. It would have been a completely different shot.
That's correct. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's actually mine. I would say I thought about it, and I think the inconclusiveness of
Yeah,
just the reality of everything.
Like, I'm not saying that it made me dislike or doubt the whole movie, because I loved the movie. So I had to pick a least favorite part. And now we got to the Grizzly one also, where he was not anally raped to death with a horror Grammy.
That's his least favorite aspect.
Horror Grammy.
That's a good one. That's a great least favorite aspect. That same least favorite aspect. For
Yeah,
everything.
in all the movies,
mean, yeah.
really.
Wally, you had the same thing. No, but favorite scene. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. What was your least favorite aspect?
I loved the movie as well. I thought it was super well done. So, only thing I really had was there could have been a little more character development, like her backstory a little more. But
Yeah.
I get why they didn't show as much, so it leaves the mystery open. So.
They only really showed what
you needed to see,
her
really.
sister and
Yeah.
that moment really in
Right.
time. Yeah,
Yeah, they honestly don't show her sister at all. They kind of show memories, but like you can't tell if it's really what her sister even looked like or if she's just remembering that actress. Because like when she sees that actress, she's convinced it's her sister,
yeah.
but it's not.
Well, last time she saw her sister, she was like
Yeah.
8, so
Yeah.
she wouldn't know.
Yeah.
She doesn't know. She doesn't. But like, because it says it gets to the point where like there's a confrontation, and she's like, "I'm your sister. It's okay," and she's like, "No, you're not." Like,
You're crazy.
You're yielding an axe, and I have a sister, and it's not fucking you.
And
Like,
you just
it's not-
murdered 2 people or
Yeah.
3 people. Yeah.
Which that, like, because I gave my favorite line, and then my favorite scene is probably that when she snaps and axes that dude, and they just keep filming, and everybody's like, no, what are you doing? But they just keep filming it.
Yeah.
Like it's a movie.
That was gnarly. Yeah. That was a good scene. Joe, what about your favorite scene?
Probably in the trailer, just because that was so unexpected that she pushed him over that into that trophy.
I know.
Didn't go in anal, which bummed me out, but no pun intended. But I mean, it was still shocking.
Bummed me out.
Hey,
Oh. Yeah, but that was a great scene. I'd say another great scene was I would say the best acted scene in my opinion was in the theater. Or like when they're watching the movie and it brings back all those memories into her head. I thought that was really well acted on her part.
her the whole time was amazing acting.
Yeah.
Like,
She was really
always
good.
on the verge of tears and snapping like the whole
Yeah,
movie. So.
she's just a very good actress.
Yeah.
I saw, like,
What's her name? I think I might
It
have.
starts with an A, I think. But
but like
Shoot, I
pictures
didn't
of
write her
her
name.
present day and her in the movie, it looks very different.
Really?
Because I've seen her, I'll enjoy her also, but like I looked up to make sure it was who I thought it was.
Yeah.
And like there's pictures of her on the
Oh, like
internet
super
of present
short
day.
hair and,
Yeah,
like,
super
blonde hair?
short bleach blonde hair, and I
Yeah.
was like, wow, she looks different.
yeah.
Some actors and actresses look way different
Yep.
than when they're on screen. You know what I mean? But
And subtle differences, like having long hair pinned up, like it makes people look different.
true. Yeah. Favorite line. You guys got a favorite
I
line?
think you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah,
like,
you said yours and I said mine.
the editing one. No, wait. Which the Shaw's one?
No, when you said like try to forget. or
Oh yeah,
whatever?
yeah,
About
yeah.
that.
You'd be surprised what the human brain can
Yeah.
edit out when it can't handle
Yeah,
the
because it
truth.
associates like the whole movie, breaks down the whole movie in one line.
It
basically,
does.
like-
Yeah, it just fits so perfectly
Yeah.
because it's all about editing out stuff and
Right.
just like, and it's so people do that in real life.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing. It's like traumatic events. You just edit out of your head.
Yeah.
Right.
95% of my life is edited out of my head.
I got dark and sad real quick.
Yeah. Shaw, what
What
was?
was your favorite line, Joe?
No, he said it. He said it. That was
that-
it.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
What was yours, Shaw?
Mine was the people think that I create the horror, but I don't. Horror is already out there. It's in all of us, and it's in you.
That's such
And
a
that's
true
when
statement as well.
When they think she's an actress on the film, the director says that to her to like motivate her because she's not acting.
Yeah, she's just
And then she
losing her
barges
mind.
in the door and fucking axe murders the guy who's the star of the movie.
Beast Man. Yeah.
Beast Man, who looks like he's straight out of Twin Peaks.
I haven't watched it, but I trust you. All right, so let's get to our ratings. All right, who wants to go first? I'll just go first. I gave it a 7.5.
That's big for you, Ben. You remembered the 0.5.
I did. Yeah. What about you guys?
I gave it an 8.
Nice.
I also gave it an 8. Honestly, top 3 things released this year for me so far: Bo Burnham, Inside, Pig, Censor.
Very nice. Very nice. And final verdict. Let's get to our final verdict. See it ASAP. See it whenever. Skip it.
See it ASAP.
See it ASAP.
I would say
Make a friend pay for it if you can.
I would say see it whenever, or watch it whenever, but majority rules here. So see it ASAP.
It's tough because not everyone's going to be into that type of movie. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like it'll have more mass appeal than some of the other horror movies we like, though.
Yeah. This one's a
Yeah.
bit more subdued, I would
and
say.
it's visually pleasing.
up to a point, yeah.
Up to about maybe about 60%,
Visually
70%
pleasing.
through.
Oh, I told Ben this. I was watching in my office at work, so at one point I had changed to headphones instead of like.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it seemed like a different experience. I don't know if it was intentional or not, or if just my headphones are better than my speakers. But like, when there was static on the TV, like it was more pronounced when I had headphones on, and like a background stuff that was going on. Like you could hear the foreground and the background much more pronounced. in the
That's dope.
headphones.
Yeah.
Which Barbarian Sound Studio is set up like that.
I bet it is, yeah, because that's a movie based on sound.
Yeah.
But that's very cool if that was intentionally, enhanced, But all right, let's do this. We're gonna do a new game. We're gonna do here a new segment where one of us is gonna pick a movie quote.
Who's
and
picking first? Though?
Joe is gonna pick,
Okay.
and then the other two have to guess. And if the other two don't get it, the one asking gets points. And then when you reach a certain point limit, you're gonna we haven't decided what. You might get a gift card. You might get a pizza. You might get.
We're going to have to eat feces. We don't know yet.
Yeah, you could trade in the points to make somebody else do something embarrassing. We haven't figured out the nuances yet.
Yeah, but Joe's got a quote this week, and we're about to guess this. Joe, go ahead.
I'll try to do it in the tone of the movie and the actor and his accent and everything.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, boss. There's only 2 men I trust. One of them's me. The other's not you.
Dang.
This is falling on you. Ben.
Yeah, this is definitely falling on
It's
you.
not super obscure. It's definitely a movie you guys have seen.
You think so?
I know for 100% you've seen it.
100%.
Over 10 times probably.
Over 10. Wow.
Shaw, I'm assuming you've probably seen
Say
it.
it one
over
more time,
10
please.
Times.
Say it one more time, please.
Wow.
Sorry, boss. There's only 2 men I trust. One of them's me. The other's not you.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna I'm gonna guess.
You don't have to guess. I mean, if you don't know it, you're not going to guess.
I might.
He could. He could. He went to film school.
I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say Shawshank Redemption.
No.
What is it?
No guesses?
Just guess
I have
something.
no
Guess
clue.
something. Guess. Just think of something.
I'm trying to.
Do you guys want to do something where you can like ask for a hint or something?
Yeah, give us one hint. We
I
get
was
one
gonna say,
hint.
I'm trying to think of something that I may or may not have seen, but you've seen 10 times. Is what's going through.
Yeah.
my head. But yeah, if you want to do a hint, I'm pretty good at hints.
It'd be tough to think of a hint that won't like dead give it away. I'll say
I don't.
John Malkovich is in it.
Being John Malkovich.
No.
Con Air.
Yes.
Yes.
I have seen Con Air, but not 10 times.
I don't want those points. Those felt dirty. We're gonna give you those points.
Hell yeah.
Because you know what? We're not gonna do hints from now on. I don't like the hints.
I mean,
'cause
do you know the line though? He says
But I feel like that hint.
to
that
John
wasn't-
Cusack.
does he? Oh, Nick Cage says it.
Yeah, to John Cusack.
That wasn't
I
too
do- I
huge
do-
of a hint because I mean he's in tons of fucking movies.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
just-
one of his more famous ones.
That's one of the ones first one you'd think.
Yeah.
Well, you would think of probably.
Yeah,
Not
knowing
us.
knowing Joe and yeah, like
Well, yeah, your brother.
Knowing Joe, what are we talking?
Oh yeah, what's that supposed to mean?
I tried to stick on like with Nick Cage
you're
just
my
because we were on kind of a
brother.
Nick
I'm
Cage
gonna
thing.
forget what
Yeah.
quote I had, but
no, but we were only doing the one for
I know.
each
I
review.
said I'm gonna
Do you
forget
think
it.
that was too obscure though, or no? 'Cause
No, definitely not.
I feel like
No,
you
that
guys have
was
both seen it. And
Definitely not. But like the quote could have been more.
oh, my Southern twang is not
Wow.
on point.
No, I'm not saying not that, but
Wow.
I'm saying the quote could have been more like non-obscure.
From the movie.
It was
Yeah.
great. It was
yeah,
great.
if I give you like
You did great. You
put
did
the
great.
bunny back in the box or something, obviously
You
you're
did
both
great.
gonna know
You
what
did
it
great.
is.
You did great.
I'll take it.
All right, that's fine. Joe gets the points this week. That is our review for Censor, and we will see you very, very soon. Thank you for watching.
See you soon.